Hello and welcome to Diet Soda, Popcorn, and a Weighted Blanket. I am so glad you stumbled upon this little corner of the internet and I hope you enjoy it here. This is my first ever episode. I'm a little nervous and a little surprised about the number of attempts it took me to just basically, record a basic, somewhat okay intro. I am generally more coherent than this when I'm talking to someone, but since I think this is also my first time talking into a microphone, it's a little different. It's a little slightly challenging, but anywho, this is the first episode, and I think you guys deserve a little bit of a background as to why I'm doing it. I've been going through some stuff, and I've been going through some stuff for a really long time now, I think. And I think I just needed an outlet and I needed to talk through some stuff, not traumatizing or anything, but I think I just need to talk about stuff that has been affecting me, which doesn't really relate to me particularly, but I'm going to do it. By the way, before anyone says that, I should go to therapy, I'm doing therapy twice a week, but I'm such a scatterbrain at this point of time that I thought maybe a different outlet is going to help with that situation. So, yeah, today I want to talk about the movies that I've been watching. Well, for some reason, I've been gravitating a lot towards movies that are like technically meant for children. Like, I've been watching a lot of Kung Fu Panda, Moana, Zootopia. Like, I've been watching them constantly almost. Like, whenever I want to watch a movie, or which is most days I do wind up my day by watching some television, and I mostly watch movies. And I watch these few movies in rotation, and I've not been watching anything else. I think I just want to talk about the movies. And I just don't know why they're so comforting. While also, like, now as an adult when I watch them, for context, I'm a 20 something Indian living in a tier 2 city. So I've been watching a lot of Kung Fu Panda, and I've realized that it was a very different experience watching these movies as a child and as an adult. As a child, it was just a fun movie where there's an underdog hero and you love to watch him because he's cute and cuddly and his face is nice and he just seems warm and inviting and he looks like someone who's extremely positive. And as a child, you do gravitate towards that, and for a fact that that is the person you're supposed to root for. And then you see Shifu, and you see Oogway, and you see Tai Lung, and you see Tigress, and all of them. And it's just such a fun experience to, watch cuddly plush animals. And none of them are like outright bad, right? Like, you can't say in a children's movie. Like, of course, Tai Lung's the villain in the first part, and Lord Shen is the villain in the second part. But all of them have stories that, you know, that the villain as a child, but as you grow up and you're like, these people are just not wrong, they just have certain traumas that they've carried with themselves for so long that now right and wrong are not as transparent as they used to be. And as an adult you can see it, not as a child. As a child, you wanted Po to succeed. You still want Po to defeat Tai Lung. You still want Po to, defeat Lord Shen. And I think it's just such a beautifully made movies, and it has such layers. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who've already spoken about this and a lot of people who've noticed it. But I'm gonna still talk about it, and I find it extremely beautiful how you don't see yourself, as worthy. A lot of times you see yourself as someone who basically can't even dream of doing what was supposed to do in the first part or the second, quite frankly the third as well. And I've also watched the fourth part. The fourth part's slightly different, so I'm not gonna talk about that yet. And I just find it extremely beautiful how he just he just does it, right? Like, he doesn't even know if he can do it. No one really believes in him, and then ultimately he just realizes that he should just believe in himself and go for it and see what happens and then get to the other side. And I think now I understand that belief of, I can do this, or at least it's on me to at least give it a try. It takes immense amounts of courage, and we don't see it as a child because it just makes sense when you're watching a movie that the main character is going to do the right thing and do whatever. And then as an adult you're watching it, and while you're going through something, you see the courage that it takes. You see that his choice of going back and fighting Tai Lung was a very difficult and hard choice. And it looks funny because there's jokes and he's funny and everything like that. But it's a courageous decision, and it's a children's movie, and it just shows that. And I can't believe there's movies like this which have such layers that translate so differently for children and for adults. I've also been watching a lot of Moana, the second part particularly. I still love the first part, don't get me wrong. And I know there's some people have not really enjoyed the second part. I don't know why. For me, it was so much. It was just the ending, so there's going to be spoilers here, by the way. I think I should have uh put it out before, like the movie, like, but these movies are kind of like old now, so they're going to be spoilers, and I'm going to put it in the title, so whatever. There's this the end scene where they're just fighting the demigod, the god, like Maui and Moana fighting that god of thunder, of like to get that mountain out of the sea. And there's a minute when everything goes wrong, and it looks like they've lost the battle. And that's not my main, like, that's obviously like that's not a great scene, to be very honest. Like, it's a great scene, it's a scene that's made very beautifully, but there's just one moment when Maui falls, like when Maui is about to get hit by lightning and fall into the ocean, where he looks at Moana and he knows that lightning's coming for him, and he knows he might not survive it, and there's this smile that Maui just throws towards Moana, which is just so painful. By painful, obviously I mean painful to watch, but the expression he has is one of fear, one of gratitude, and there's one tiny part of him which wants Moana to be okay, and that's the smile that's conveying that it's going to be fine. And he knows he's going to die, and he just smiles at her. And I think every time I watch that scene, I get choked up. I think not just choked up, I actually cry. And even like I'm choking up a little bit while talking about it, and I find it immensely beautiful. And I don't know how these people do it. I don't know how these movies are meant for children, obviously, but I don't know how they're meant for everyone. And it's a tiny scene, like you can easily miss it. A lot of people uh probably miss it, and I think it hits the people it needs to hit, and it gets to you whenever you're going through it. And it's just so beautiful and painful at the same time. And it's like, it kind of gives you perspective of why you say goodbye to your loved ones when you see that the time's coming to an end. And it's their point of view, right? It's like it's them being scared of what's to come next. And because they love you so much, they also tell you that it's going to be okay. They don't know what's coming next. You don't know what's coming next. But because there's so much love, they tell you that it's going to be okay. And you say bye, not because you're supposed to say bye. Maybe you don't understand it in that moment, but the goodbye that children are made to say to their grandparents or parents, unfortunately, if that's the case, or to someone they love, anybody they love, their dogs, their whoever they have to say bye to. It's not a goodbye because you're just supposed to say it because you get to see them one last time. It's not about that. It doesn't matter if you see them one last time. I think what matters is the fact that you're not just saying bye, you're giving them permission to go. You're letting them go. You're telling them that it's okay. It's okay if you have to leave me. They're telling you it's okay. And it's a huge part of letting go for both of you, and both parties telling each other that it's gonna be okay, and you're gonna be okay, and they're gonna be okay, and they can go. Well, I'm so sorry. This may have not come out very well because I had to take a few breaks in the middle. But anyway, I think that's extremely beautiful, and it just surprises me in the best way possible of how beautifully these movies are constructed and how beautifully they translate for different age groups, because you tend to see what probably that one little second wanted you to see. And not everybody is going to see that, but if you watch it and if you needed that, you will see it, and it's going to help you. And I find that extremely beautiful. Also, I think that also takes me to the second part of Kung Fu Panda, where Po finds peace with he makes peace with the grief of losing his parents, of not even knowing them, like loving someone you don't even know. I am so sorry. I sound like such a mess. I promise not all episodes are gonna be this way. I just didn't expect. Honestly, I thought that I'm gonna talk about serious stuff like when I'm well into 10 episodes, but the first episode only is shaping up to be extremely messy. But anywho. So I think these children's movies they're not children's movies. They're not, even though they look like it, that these are animated movies where there's there's anthropomorphic animals, characters, and it's so beautiful. Zootopia is another movie that's on my rotation, the second part, and I just love the ending where Judy and Nick talk about that they're slightly that their tendencies which are more protective than anything, where they talk about, I say it's not worth it because I don't want to see you get hurt and stuff like that. These movies are just so well made and they're just so beautiful. And honestly, um that's all I really want to say right now about all of that. I'm really sorry if anyone's listening to this episode and not feeling great. I didn't intend for that to happen. I intended the podcast to be very light-hearted. It was supposed to be something that you hear while eating your bowl of popcorn and sipping on your diet sodas while sitting all cozy in your bed with like a weighted blanket or something. That was the vibe, but I'm sorry I had to stray away from it for today. It just happened. I didn't plan this. I didn't make a script, but I think it's okay. And I'm sorry if I bogged you down a little. That wasn't my intention, but and the next episode is not going to be this way. I know that next time I'm going to write down the script and make sure it's not heavy. It's going to be light. uh, these are not going to be very long podcast episodes. It's just going to be 15, somewhere in the realm of 15 to 20 minutes. And so I just want to end towards the end, I just want to talk about that. If you liked this episode, or if you like the vibe, or if you just like my voice, the vibe that I'm basically going for is just you talking to your best friend at a slumber party at your house or her house or whatever. And today's slumber party got heavy. I'm sorry for that. But it's that's the vibe, and they're gonna be fun vibes as well. They're gonna be spicy vibes as well. There's just today's episode is this. Next time I'll do better. I'll do better next time. Today went off the rails. um, anyway, so another thing is that I kind of lost my train of thought. This got too heavy for me as well. I'm so sorry. Okay, basically I'm gonna do this podcast. I'm gonna publish an episode, like I don't know when this episode goes up, but after this goes up, the schedule's gonna be every Wednesday. I'm gonna publish an episode, and there's also an Instagram page that I've made. It is called DSPA2WB, which is an abbreviation for the name of the podcast. And well, that's about it. This it's gonna work as an adjunct. There's not gonna be a video to this. I'm not recording while while I'm talking. But it's gonna be an adjunct. It's gonna be other stuff that I do and say. And I just found out there's this new instance that Instagram's come up with. So all of that, and if there's references that I would like to actually show you and which I can't, there's gonna be like a carousel of those and stuff like that. So if I just well, I think it's as good a time as any to end the episode. So that is all for today. If you want to see anything, or like if you want to not see, if you want to hear, like if you want to talk, if you want me to talk about anything else, well, you could let me know on my Instagram. I would love to hear your thoughts, or like I would also like some criticism. That's okay. I would like to know how to get better, how to do this better. And I'd be really grateful if you tuned in next week for the next episode as well. And I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much if you hung out till the end of the episode. And again, if I bogged you down, or if you just didn't like the fact that it went the other way, I'm sorry. This will not happen next time in the next episode. It could happen again in some other episode. But going forward, I would want you to tune in. I'd be extremely grateful if you tune in. So yeah, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much.